But just on the consumer trend, what have you seen changing? Like one as you're saying that, one of the things that I can think of as a counter sort of cycle in my friends group is everyone's trying to get super healthy, right? Everyone's trying to become the best version of themselves. And there is this movement against more fried food. I know my wife actively buys anything that says baked. So I'm just curious, like, are there any trends you're seeing particularly recently, and what demographics they're taking place in? Even more broadly, for anyone who's listening to this, trying to build food in general.
Sure. So you're absolutely right, Govind. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of information and communication channels that have now opened up, right? Unfortunately, not all of them may be true. So how we perceive health, right? Health has two definite, very clear parts to it: health and hygiene. We focused on hygiene in the first bit, and I think that also lends itself to health. Not all fried food is bad, and not all baked food is good. In fact, a croissant probably has a lot more calories than a samosa. We would happily eat a croissant because, it comes across as this innocent baked food product. It doesn't have potatoes inside or anything, right? But scientifically, it is a lot more calorie dense than a samosa because the layers and layers of butter that have gone inside. Similarly, for a samosa, what's important, and that's something that we follow very, very diligently, is the oil management program, right? Not all oil is bad. Oil which is clean, it is not being recycled again and again, and it does not have a total particulate matter or a TPM higher than 25 is not bad for you, right? So those are some of the things that we're very particular about. Our entire product lineup is, zero preservatives, zero emulsifiers, no MSG. So these are some of the things that we're very particular about. And we follow that to the T in every single product innovation that comes out of our kitchens. And like I said, the biggest villain or the perceived villain, so to speak, is the fat. We try and keep our fat clean. In fact, we dispose the used oil, and that disposal also we do it in an environmentally sustainable way, right? So it goes to qualified recyclers who will only use it for detergent production or biofuel production and so on and so forth. It doesn't go back into the food economy. Otherwise, a lot of times used oil goes back to the street carts and vendors who actually buy it at a much cheaper price and then use that for food. So like I said, there is information and then there is a little bit of misinformation. Our job is to, just stay committed to what we're doing and focus on both health and hygiene. Having said that, we did innovate on a few products which were, say, multi-grain, millet samosa, and so on and so forth. We even launched them for a brief period of time, but it didn't gain critical mass then. I think once we are slightly larger, we will be going back into those innovations. They're all sitting ready in our pantry. But when the time's ripe and we feel that, there is a critical mass for this, I think we will bring them back onto the table. My personal mantra on this, because, I think I'm also in the same age group, the same demographic circle where there is so much chatter around health and getting fitter and so on and so forth. I think food has always been the easiest target in this hierarchy of, like getting fit. Nobody wants to hit the gym. Nobody wants to lead a more active lifestyle. We don't want to give up on our digital addictions. We don't want to complete our entire 8-hour sleep cycle. So what's the easiest culprit to blame here? Let's blame the food we're eating, right? Good health is a combination of all of these things. Even drinking enough water is so vital. So we eat our samosas, not just as consumers, but also for tastings and trials that happen every now and then. But at the same time, we try and balance it with movement, with, dedicated workout time. I walk minimum 12,000 steps a day, drinking those 3 liters of water, ensuring you have 8 hours of sleep and a stress-free mind. I think it has to be a combination of all these things. Unfortunately, a lot of people on Instagram and elsewhere, they just go after the food because that's a good clickbait for you to say, don't eat this, don't eat that, right? And it's been done historically. Today, social media is the medium, but otherwise, early in the day, people went after fat when I think sugar is the main culprit, right? Refined carbs are the main culprit. So if your fat is managed well, you do need a certain amount of fat in your body and in your daily diet. And we're not saying eat samosas daily. I think we're saying indulge, but indulge responsibly once in a while. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the childhood moments, those monsoon rains. Enjoy time with your family and friends, and do it responsibly.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, I've learned a lot there, and a lot I'm going to Google after this. But thank you for that.
Yeah. There was this time when I actually stood on a highway with a poster that read "Samosas are not unhealthy, you're lazy." And I mean it. I mean it.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do like and subscribe. To watch the full episode with Diksha on Samosa Party, click on the video here.